Hello and welcome to my Pagan Pathwork. My name is Lisa and I'm the founder of the channel. If you're new, we invite you to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to join me. In today's Tarot Tuesday video, we're going to talk about the Seven of Swords. But before we get started on talking about the Seven of Swords, I want to do just a little bit of a review. So the swords in general are about our ability to communicate, our intellect, and the conflicts that can arise from those areas of our humanity. And they can represent the internal conflicts that we have inside our own soul, and it can also represent the conflicts that we have with others. Like the major arcana, I believe that the minors also have a progression to the cards. And so to review our progression for the sevens so far, with the ace, you have pure logic. With the two, we see logic and emotions and how that's balanced. With the three, we see the marriage between logic and emotions and how much conflict that can come from that marriage. With the fours, we see a period of rest and recovery after any conflicts. And with the fives, we see how personal growth can help us determine when it's the best time to cut our losses and get out of a situation. And with the sixes, we see a place of balance between conflict and peace. And from here in the progression, I believe it deals mostly with the darker side of the soul. It deals with the dark night of the soul. And so before we start talking about the sevens, I just want to show you my examples. So this one would be the Rider. This is the Rider. This is the Hanson Roberts. This is the Celtic Tarot. This one is the Tarot Draconis. And this one is the Secrets of the Tarot. And as you can see, they are all mostly, they pretty much share the same imagery with the exception of the Tarot Draconis. But to me, it still conveys the same message. So the sevens as a whole, all the sevens have a correlation with the in the majors with the Tower and the Chariot. But it has been my experience with this particular card that it more closely aligns with Tower moments and not so much the Chariot, although the Chariot is also about motion. So let's see. Anyway, I had to check out my notes to make sure I didn't leave any important details out. Okay. Like I said, my personal experience with the card has it more aligned with the Tower moment than the Chariot. So let's move on and talk about the Kabbalah meaning of the sevens. And the sevens in the Kabbalah is the Netzach Zephyroth. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. It's Netzach, and it's the Netzach Sephiroth, and it means victory. It's about the emotions, intuition, and reflection. It's it is the universe that perceives through and receives with senses other than our intellect. I think that the Tarot Draconis card is the closest out of all of them that really kind of reflects the Kabbalah meaning of of the card, but because the card itself depicts the woman's shadow as being something other than what she's presenting to the world. It's like she's got a dragon shadow, but she looks human, so it's deceptive. And so that brings us to the meaning of the card for me. Um, it, and to me, it's pretty clear. But before we talk about that, I kind of forgot to mention the sevens in numerology because that's also important. The sevens in numerology represent spirituality, awareness, dreams, consciousness, and thought. But it is very hard for me to relate these cards with that particular meaning. It would not, the numerology interpretations would not help me with the Seven of Swords, because to me the meaning is really clear. It's about thievery, it's about deceptions, it's about lies. And it could represent a literal act of something being stolen, a physical theft, but it also could represent a theft of ideas or somebody taking credit for your work. And so to me, this is the dark side of the soul that we're dealing with. The lies, the deception, the thievery. This goes against the moral grain. So whether it means you or someone else you're dealing with, it lies in the shadows and it's not out in the open. And so that's why my personal feeling is that from the 7 to the 10, it's about dealing with the dark night of the soul. And when you are lying, when you're deceiving, and when you're stealing things, you're in the dark night of the soul to me. So whether it's you or someone that you're dealing with, that is a shadow. That's part of our shadows. And it's also very human because we have to be taught to be honest and above board and not to steal. Um, so, but to me, that's what it's about, and that has been my personal experience as I have been dealing with this card and readings for my personal self. And so there are alternate meanings to this card, and the Rider book itself and the Secrets of Tarot both assign this card as something of a pardon me, it's something of a wish card. Um, they both speak of plans being made, although the Rider deck says that those plans may fail. So another avenue of interpretation to this comes from The Ultimate Guide to the Wider Rate by Johannes Fiebig and Evelyn Berger. Now their interpretation is that the card is a warning against living too nomadic, but at the same time being flexible enough to feel at home wherever you are, which to me that's a bit of a paradox. But I try not to rule out those alternate meanings, and it really just depends on what the other cards are around it in the deck that helps you give the best meaning to the card. So, for the reverse, I would say that this means that the truth is about to be revealed. either you or someone else is going to be completely honest regarding whatever issue is on the table. And another possible meaning is that either you or someone close to you is offering bad advice. It's the opposite of a wish coming true and plans being completely ruined. The best thing that you can do when this card is in reverse is to be open to changing your plans, to reevaluate any situation that arises and seek the truth more than anything. And so for the upright as well, it's about seek the truth. Especially when you're dealing with the card in the upright, demand the truth, demand honesty, and and above all things. So that pretty much wraps up what I have to say about the Seven of Swords. And I hope this has helped you with the meaning of the cards. And I also hope that you'll join me again next Tuesday for another Tarot Tuesday. This time it'll be about the Eight of Swords, and we'll continue in this series. Anyway, I thank you so very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.